Actually, we have one more. Philip Law would like to speak.
Thank you to the organizers of this event, and thank you to all the people who are joining us. Your presence here shows us something is wrong, and we need to stand up and do something about it. First, I'd like to begin with a brief parable. The farmer and the horse. There once was a farmer who had a beautiful farm and a devoted horse. The horse worked for long hours, never complained, and loved his work. Twice a day, the farmer would feed the horse, and all was right in the world. But then the farming business went into a slump, and the farmer asked the horse to work longer days, plow more fields, just to make ends meet. The horse never complained and loved his work. Once a day, the farmer would feed the horse, and all was still okay with the world. Soon the farmer was told the cost of hay would be increasing. There were no more hours left in the day to work harder to pay the increasing cost. So he decided he would just feed the horse a little less hay each day. The horse never complained about his hunger, did his work as best as he could, but the world was not as good anymore. The farmer continued to work his horse really hard, had to lay off his workers and spend less on hay for his horse in order to keep his farm running. The farmer noticed his fields were looking a bit shabby. His harvest was the worst he ever had. He was baffled. Why was this happening? Finally, he woke one morning before dawn, went to the barn, and there was his devoted horse, lying in its stall, starved to death. We cannot tax our population out of this debt crisis, nor can the generation in Congress pass it on to my generation or my children's generation. Congress needs to return to a regular budget. Stop doing stopgap and continuing resolution budgets that kick the can down the road and threaten a government shutdown every time they expire. This means we need to stop spending money we do not have. There is no reason why either party could not agree on fiscal responsibility. 4 days from now is a date burned into everyone's memory. It is a day that we are reminded of how much hard-earned money that we owe the federal government. The IRS already knows how much money we owe them. As Forbes magazine states, we are wasting 6.1 billion hours complying to the federal tax code. That equals 3 million full-time employees working for a year. Then we can also mention that the IRS is used to oppress conservative organizations and enforce intrusive medical coverage. Limited government should be easy. There are documents for this purpose: the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. We need to repeal the medical device tax, restore 40-hour work week, repeal Obamacare, allow companies to bring their profits back to the U.S. Just because gas prices have gone down because of hardworking Americans does not leave an opening to raise gas taxes. Get rid of the death tax. Death should not be a taxable event. If we want to take our country back, we have to do it with policies of liberty, civic responsibility. We cannot expect freedom to remain without the citizens of this nation accepting their responsibility to be educated and pull their weight, ensuring government is held accountable. And voting is not enough. We have to build groups such as this one to educate each other and support candidates that are like-minded to our core beliefs. Thank you very much for everyone coming today.
Thank you.